All right, next up is from Hardcore. Hardcore wants us to listen to, we're doing it, people. Hardcore always comes in with the hardcore. We are going to listen to a song called Entombed by Deftones. Let's go. I love this. They're going to set us up for a big wide hit. Such an incredibly wonderful voice, man. It's so recognizable. It's giving us hints of, there it is, that's what I'm waiting for, right there. Giving us a little bit more punch in the whiff. I love the really super subtle sound design, the beat back there. Beautiful long delay plus reverberance on the side chain of his voice. Great production, man. And that pattern, that arpeggiation that started from the beginning is still running through it. It's the zip line for the track.
From the day you arrived, I stand by your side.
That coming in and out of that, lo-fi trap that they got and they busted into the band vibe here is just incredibly wonderful production. He has so many textures and colors in his voice, it's mind-numbing. Yeah, that pattern is still being played there. The guitar player that gets that duty on live. There's a little synth back in there. Pattern's still going on back there. The other thing about Deftones that I find wonderful is they're just not shy about really, when they've got to level up and they're going to use some synth and they're going to have a little fun. They're not worried about sticking to a palette of how they're going to, every song is going to all be organic this way. They stepped in, especially the very end, that the synth pattern that was on back there, because that other pattern was still going, the tapping. But that little synth line at the end was very old school sounding, almost, I don't know, almost Ensonic like. It was a brand that didn't last too long, but there was an Ensonic patch that reminds me of. Very mellow, laid back, but encapsulating reasonably in my brain the song, the story, the writing, being able to hear the lyrics and everything. But I got to circle back about Chino, and that's the fact that he has just such a tremendous... He could have sang that voice... I'm wheezing. He could have sang the voice of his calm... He could do a whole album like that without reaching out to his other, ranges and styles, and it would still be phenomenal. He just has that just unique gift. And a very unique tone and all those dynamics in there. So very much the Deftones vibe in there. And I have to say, this is probably one of my top 3 tracks from Deftones. And I probably heard about 10 or 12 tracks from them now. And I know they have a big discography, but I'm just saying, great track. I dug it.